What's up? It's Renae. Last week you voted and you wanted to know what I learned about facing fears from riding water slides. And I guess the key here is that it's not about getting over your fear, it's about getting into your fear. So as a society, we've been conditioned to move away from our fears, and there's actually quite a bit of validity to this. You know, our fear is what holds us back from walking down the dark alley at night. And our fear is what holds us back from crossing the street when the traffic is coming. So fear can be really useful, but oftentimes it's our fear that holds us back from achieving something that we know would be hugely beneficial to the growth of our soul. And there's a huge power in facing your fears, and what I know for a fact is that once you overcome one fear, all of the others seem to be so much more surmountable all of a sudden. So I experienced this firsthand when I was riding water slides at the water park in Bali. So we went there for my birthday last year, and the piece de resistance at Waterbomb is this slide called Splashdown. So Splashdown is a 20-meter high vertical drop water slide. You stand in it vertically, you don't lie down, you're standing on a clear trapdoor. You have a coffin door close you in, you cross your arms like this, they count 3, 2, 1, the trapdoor releases with a loud clap, and you go shooting out the bottom. We took one look at this when we arrived. I turned to my friend and I said, absolutely not. There is zero chance that you will get me on that water slide. I was a firm no. So we started our day and we went on the easy water slides, and we gradually worked our way up in terms of thrill and adventure, each time facing a little bit of fear at every step. At the end of the day, we had had so much fun, and we realized that the only slide that we hadn't been on yet was the Splashdown. So my friend convinced me to walk all the way up to the top and have a go. As we arrived at the top, we watched the man in front of us go. Well, it was terrifying. He stood on the clear trapdoor, he was enclosed in the coffin, arms folded, they counted him down, and with a loud clap, he shot out the bottom. I turned to my friend and my face must have said it all, and she tried to life coach me into getting onto that water slide, and I thought, oh, I see what you're doing here. And I was like, okay babe, you go first and I'll be right behind you, knowing full well that there was no way I was riding this slide. So she went in, she shot out, and I turned immediately 180, went over to the other slide that we'd already been on, and I rode that one. Well, as I got to the bottom, what I realized that not only was that slide not thrilling or fun or adventurous anymore, but I was also hugely disappointed with myself. You know, I had this opportunity to face my fear and I turned away from it. And I just felt really shit. I looked at my friend, she was glowing with joy, and I was like, you have to do this, Amber. You have to go and face your fear. I marched all the way back up to the top of the stairs again. I tried to explain to the operator who didn't speak English that, you know, I was so scared and I didn't want the 3, 2, 1 clap down. I just wanted to go out quickly. I stood in the trapdoor, the coffin closed, and I was like this. I was absolutely terrified. He counted me down, the door opened with a loud clap, and I went shooting out the bottom. Well, as I got to the bottom, I stood up and I was invincible. I literally felt like I could conquer the world. I was 10 feet tall and I felt like I was invincible. It was huge. And what I realized in that moment was if you ride your fear, it turns into fuel. And I use this fuel to this very day to inform my decisions in both life and in business. So, for instance, let me let you in on a little secret here. Doing these weekly live streams I knew would be hugely beneficial to my brand and my development as a speaker. However, every single week, without fail, my fear shows up and starts telling me stories like, you're going to totally suck at this, you have nothing valuable to say, and people are totally going to hate you. So each week it's the same stories, and I could use this fear to keep me playing small, or I could face this fear and realize that it's not the kind of fear that's serving me, it's actually the kind of fear that's keeping me small and limiting me. Steven Pressfield says it best. He's got this quote in The Art of War that says, the more scared we are of a work or calling, the more sure we can be that we have to do it, and the more important it is to the growth of our soul. So now it's over to you, and I want to hear what fears you're currently not facing that you know would be beneficial to the growth of your soul. Leave me a comment in the box below if there is a fear that you know that you can overcome this week. And if this has served you, please give me some likes, give me some thumbs up, and please share this with someone that you love. My name's Renae. Thanks so much for tuning in.